Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. We are back to watch another episode of House of the Dragon. This is episode 5. Now, what happened last time on House of the Dragon? A couple big things happened. We had Daemon and Rhaenyra going to like a pleasure house together, and the complications that arose from that, where Rhaenyra kind of had this like sexual awakening. Not a good thing that it was, spurned on by her uncle, because that's gross. But Targaryens are kind of weird like that. And then once he ditched her, she went to Bone Town with her loyal servant, Sir Criston Cole, member of the King's Guard. He broke his vow of chastity to do this with her, so that potentially could lead to shenanigans. But because of all this, Rhaenyra has to marry Laenor Valerian to like calm everything down. And her agreeing to do that, the king had to dismiss the Hand Otto. So like lots of big things came from just last episode, and I think this episode's gonna be just as big, if not bigger, based on the preview from last week. I think like a wedding is gonna be happening, like Rhaenyra's wedding. There's gonna be a lot of fighting going down. I'm very, very curious to see what happens. So before we jump into it, please consider leaving a like on the video if you end up enjoying my reaction. It means a lot to me and it helps my channel out a ton. If you are new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload, especially if you want to see me react to more of House of the Dragon. And then if you are interested in seeing the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That is linked in the description below. But otherwise, let's jump into episode 5 of House of the Dragon. Yeah.
Tomorrow, Lady Rhea.
Cousin?
Lady Rhea, she's the
Rabbit?
bronze B word.
Rhea.
Oh, dude, she's fine as hell. Damon, what you thinking? Yo, Damon, your wife is smoking. What are you doing, brother? Are you about to kill her? She's about to get smoked by a dragon. Look at these overhead shots. The dragon's gonna swoop in and burn her to death. No way it actually happens. Hello. Is that Daemon? Hello, husband. He walks like Daemon. He's got that Math Smith saunter, yeah. Math Smith, I think I accidentally just called him. Matt Smith.
What brings you to the Vale?
Boning.
Or have you at last come to consummate our marriage?
Oh, they haven't even boned yet.
Will you strike the child down?
I think he's gonna kill you. Yeah, she just realized. Oh, she just got crushed to almost death. Oh, that's just rude, Daemon. Oh, she can't feel it. She's paralyzed.
I knew you couldn't finish.
Oh. Oh, you coward. Oh, okay. Or, yeah, just find the biggest rock you got. Jeez. Well, I mean, puts her out of her misery at least. I like seeing it in the rain.
A moment.
Get the hell out of here. This is the moment in the trailer when he tells her, prepare your son to rule.
Your informant was wrong. An honest mistake, perhaps, but I did not foresee this.
Should have.
If you had not been so relentless in advancing Aegon as heir.
Yeah, relentless indeed.
The king will die. It may be months or years,
Facts.
but he'll not live to be an old man. And if Rhaenyra succeeds him, war will follow, do you understand? And to secure her claim, she'll have to put your children to the sword. She'll have no choice.
Probably, yeah, actually.
Either you prepare Aegon to rule, or you cleave to Rhaenyra and pray for her mercy.
Probably that one is the best idea. Dang, I feel so bad for her. She didn't do anything wrong. And she's being, you know, she's forced to have these kids and then probably grow to love these kids and then be presented with the possibility that they're going to be murdered so that her best friend can strengthen her claim on the throne. Like, Alicent's life just sucks, dude. Like, crazy. And then her dad gets kicked out of the kingdom. I mean, we don't care about that, but it arguably sucks for her. Hello, gentlemen. There's just no
Where
welcoming
is Lord
party.
Corlys? He should be here to receive the king.
Yeah, well, he thinks Lord Corlys thinks he's a bitch, so he's not coming out until he's here.
The weather has been lovely.
Indeed. And yet it is a dark day for the realm. Your father was a good man.
Father was a bitch. We don't like Otto.
I did wonder if she could be relied upon now that she's unwell.
Unwell? I haven't heard anything.
Begging your pardon, Your Grace, I may be mistaken.
What you doing, buddy?
Your father was dismissed. The Grand Maester delivered a tea to the princess's chamber.
My brother in Christ, why are you spreading rumors like this? I mean, granted, it's not a rumor, but why are you telling her this? How do you know this?
I do hope she's not unwell.
Like
Rhaenyra sailed
Matchbox
with the
20
King to the
unwell? I'm just a little unwell, I know. Right now, you can't tell.
That condition must be something very serious.
Brother,
What happiness it is.
why are you
have
stoking
been
the
wrong.
fires right now? He's sowing discontent. He knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. Well, still shows a little bit of respect.
Rise, Lord Corlys.
Hey, they both have model train sets in their house.
Cousin.
Princess.
Wow, she seems weirdly happy right now.
Are you well?
Very. I congratulate you, Lord Lionel. I can think of no man more suited to be the hand of the king.
She just noticed something about him, about his arm. Does he have grayscale, maybe? Or his infection is kind of spread all the way up his arm, maybe?
I wish to propose a marriage between your son, Selena, and my daughter and heir, the Princess Rhaenyra.
You honor both me and my house, Your Grace. There are certain details I would wish clarified before the Princess Rhaenys and I could accept this
Who
most
would be in charge?
generous proposal.
Who would be the heir after? She needs to make sure some things are sorted out.
Can I presume that, in keeping with Westerosi tradition, their children would take their father's name?
Ooh.
You are not proposing the Targaryen dynasty end with my daughter, simply because she's a woman.
Look at his cousin just laughing. Like, of course he would. Now he's concerned.
Upon their birth, Selena and Rhaenyra's children shall take their father's name, Velaryon. However, at such time when their firstborn ascends the Iron Throne,
He will be
he
a
or she will do
Targaryen.
so bearing the name Targaryen.
Yeah, I mean, this is a situation of like
This is
either
an equitable compromise.
either the Valerian name ceases to exist here, or the Targaryen name ceases to exist. Because previously, if the king had married their daughter, the Targaryen name continues, but then also their son continues their family name. But in this situation, their family name ceases to exist.
I prefer roast duck to goose. I cannot say why.
And what do you propose?
An open marriage. Secret styles.
Each of us dines as we see fit.
Swingers.
Familiarity is not at issue.
I'm sure Lena was already taken with her. She's grown quite comely these last few years.
You know his true nature.
Is he gay?
He's still young.
Ooh. Interesting.
Rhaenyra's succession will be challenged. Knives will come out for her, her husband, and for their heirs.
Our house controls the realm's navy and half its dragons.
Fighting's gonna happen, though.
By all rights, you should be
You
queen
can
of
tell
the
that
Seven
these
Kingdoms.
two. You can tell that these two actually love each other.
Think of the tournament, the feast, the battles at sea.
Will you wear your crown today, Your Grace? You're a fool.
Kiss. Kiss.
You need a
Kiss.
sworn protector.
Kiss. Yeah, you did it. For some reason, like, right when they got to the kingdom and these two were practicing sword fighting, I had like the smallest suspicion. I didn't say anything, but I knew. Somehow I knew. He reminded me too much of I don't know if it was his haircut or just the way he stood there. He reminded me of what's his name, Lannister.
I've heard you say so many times how you loathe the lot of your position, that you are to be married off at your father's whim with no thought given to the yearning of your own heart, and now the day comes.
And she's gonna follow along.
If there were another path, one that led to freedom, would you tread it?
What does he want her to do? Run away?
Are you asking for leave?
No, he's asking for you to leave.
To come with me. Let us leave it all behind and see the world together. We will be nameless.
Wow.
In Essos. You could marry me.
It's precious. It's precious, but she's not gonna choose that route. But the throne means too much to her.
I am crown, Sir Kristen. Or I will be. Well, my my marriage does not have to be the end.
You can still make out and stuff. You don't have to be married.
Want me to be your whore?
A little bit, yeah, most definitely. That's what she wants.
I took an oath.
Yeah.
As a knight of your king's guard.
You made him break that oath.
I've broken it. I've soiled my white cloak. It is the only thing I have to my fucking name. I thought if we were married, I might be able to restore it.
Oh, he's such a good actor. Holy cow.
The Iron Throne looms larger than me. Aegon the Conqueror united 7 kingdoms and put them on a path. So, Kristen...
Yeah, I mean, like, he's made it clear from the beginning that, like, his role in the Kingsguard is the biggest thing that has ever happened to a member of his family. Like, that is... She gave him the only thing he's ever known, like, that mattered in his life. And then she made him break that oath to be with her. But then when he actually wants to be with her, like, permanent style, she's like, nah, like, we can't go the full way. And he's like, bro, you made me break my oath to be your whore? Like, that's gotta suck for him.
The night of Damon's return, there's been a rumor.
Now she stands up to have the position of authority over him.
A lapse of morals that may have occurred between... It is of course unthinkable for me to question the virtue of the princess, whom I hold in highest regard, but...
She didn't say the name. Is he gonna come clean? She's being just vague enough. Ugh. And then he says it happened.
The sin you allude to. I have committed it. At her instigation, it is true, but that should... It is no excuse. My oath has been broken. I have dishonored myself.
She was talking about Daemon. I wonder if this will make her even angrier. Like, she soiled herself for a Kingsguard.
You may go.
Like, permanent styles you may go? Like, you're not in trouble? Or you may go for the moment while I secure the forces to go get you. I think she's letting him go. Not gonna tell anyone, hopefully. Just ruining Alicent's life even more. She's stuck in this loveless marriage now, where she gets no pleasure from any of it. And Rhaenyra is just boning anyone she wants. Ugh, gross. No, leeching is bad, but frickin' dude, his arm. Does he have full-on, like, grayscale? Hopefully that's poison. Just kill him. Honestly. His life seems like it sucks.
Will I be remembered as a good king, Lionel?
No. Might be remembered as a good man, but not a good king.
I often think that in the Crucible, I may have been forged a different man.
Probably.
Only wish to have been spared it. Another lord might assure me that I would rise like Aegon the Conqueror given the chance.
Your Grace, that is your right.
But he's gonna tell the truth.
I understand the Queen is still readying herself for the celebrations.
This is why men wage war. Because a woman would never be ready for the battle in time.
Wow. I mean, that's kind of funny, but... That's like... As at the same time, that's very funny, but also, like, weirdly misogynistic. Hooray! Why are you guys walking so slow? Just sauntering in here. Jason, suck it, you loser. He's so mad. Hey, buddy. Who knew you were gonna be here? Wearing all black. All black and red, baby.
With House Targaryen and
Bro, is he gonna die right here? House Valeria. Who just walked in? Oh, the queen. Sup, shouty? You're late. She's wearing green.
The king will not be happy, right in the midst of his speech.
Yeah, very much an act of defiance. She defs could have waited. And she's wearing Hightower green instead of...
Do you know what color it glows when Old Town calls its banners to war?
Green.
with House
Heart
Targaryen and
Just
House
crashes and
Velaryon
dies.
united, I hope to herald in a second age of dragons in Westeros.
Yeah. She's got a cool, her shoulder necklaces kind of remind me of, the armor that Cersei, like the shoulder pieces that Cersei wore when she was crowned queen. Look at how mad she is. Oh. She is letting this hatred foster. There's so many people that are just like aware. That dude's mad, Sir Kristen's mad, the Queen's mad, Daemon's mad. Everybody is upset at the fact that this is happening. And she's leaving early. Or getting ready to dance. One of the two. Ooh, this dude's about to start a fight.
Men are made to answer for their crimes.
He's gonna accuse him.
Who are you?
Sir Gerald Royce.
Doesn't even know who he is.
And?
You killed his daughter? My brother in Christ, you surely know what he's upset about.
I am cousin to your late lady wife.
Cousin, not father. Cousin.
I'm positively bereft. Such a tragic accident.
You know better than anyone. It was no accident.
Are you confessing some guilt, Sir Gerald?
I am making an accusation.
At the wedding?
She stood to inherit all of Runestone. Did she not?
He's kicking you out of your house, dude. Yeah, he says, sit back down before you lose your whole ass house. Stop, Shoddy. How long has it been? Sometimes the time gaps make it hard to tell how old certain people are. Ooh, she wants him. She trying to smash Daemon now? How many people can screw their own family members in this show?
Sir Kristen Cole.
A sworn protector.
Look at him. The man is fully construct.
And Daemon's gonna try and bone down with his second cousin, which I suppose is better than his niece?
Elena is quite dear to me. As I know, the princess is to you.
You trying to start a fight with Kristen Cole right now? It's just the tension's building.
Jason.
Jaru Leria Virginisus Gimilu.
Che si ha uno stutti.
Sepa una Darius. Che si ondo ila elastor. Nika se dintok stor un aledra aderioris.
The hour passes swiftly.
Nupo kepo miseri robacas. Zadris dorot unumakas. Sia brasiris ohis. Sagon unat sahas.
Oh. Who's fighting? Kristen Cole? Jason? Who's throwing down right now? What is happening? Who started this fight? That's a white cloak. Was it Kristen Cole and the helper? Oh, brother. Oh dear. Oh, Mr. Strongman getting in there. Yeah, beat people's asses. Oh, and he's gonna die right here too. Oh shiz, dude. Oh shiz. Kristen Cole, what are you doing, brother? Kristen Cole just beat this man to death. Oh my god, his face is caved in. Oh! Oh, your lover is gonzo. So he's gonna develop a hatred for the princess because of how this went down. The princess's lover kills his lover. What's gonna happen with Sir Kristen?
Stranger,
Is he gonna kill himself?
hear now their vows.
I'm yours, and you're mine. Whatever may come.
Oh, Sir Kristen, don't do it, brother.
I proclaim Lenore of House Velaryon, Rhaenyra of House Targaryen, to be
Don't
man
do it.
and wife.
Sir Kristen.
Jeez. You are now the first member of the Queen's Guard, brother. You are now the Queen's... Oh, and the King dies right here. Bro. Oh no, and the rat from before, eating his blood. Oh my god. How do you just end the episode like that, Chief? That's insanity. Wow. Holy cow. What an end to that episode. Holy moly. We are really we're starting the second half of the season off with, you know, a radically different picture of where we are, you know, the first half of the season, right? I think so much in this episode set the stage for these two sides to truly be at war with each other, this Targaryen civil war with the Greens Alicent and her line versus the Blacks, Rhaenyra and her line. Unfortunately, it looks like there's going to be another substantial time skip after this episode, which means this is the last time we see those young actors play those characters. So Millie Alcock and whoever plays Alicent, I forgot her name, but those actresses who have played these characters so well over the first 5 episodes are now handing it off to I think the actors that were kind of meant to be playing these characters. It's very interesting. So as far as I know, the older versions of these characters were cast first, and then after that they cast the younger versions based on who the older actresses were. So the person that's playing older Rhaenyra was cast before younger Rhaenyra. And I believe because like those are the actors that are going to be carrying the show for the next 3 seasons, right? These younger actors were only supposed to carry these roles for half a season to start it off, and then now we're really in it at this point. But it's very interesting because a lot of people are now considering these younger actors to be like the definitive versions almost of these characters, and when they change, it's going to be a little jarring, not gonna lie. It's gonna be very interesting, particularly just to hear the changes in their voices. Just from the preview of next episode, the Rhaenyra older version has a lot more of a deeper voice than younger Rhaenyra. So it'll be very, very interesting to see how that goes. Hopefully people don't dislike the older Rhaenyra, because like they are wonderful. What I know about that actor is that they are non-binary, I believe. And I can tell, just based on people's positive reception of young Rhaenyra, like people might be upset already switching to a new actor, but there will also be a certain side of people that are going to be extra upset because of the real life of the person that is playing older Rhaenyra. So hopefully they receive just like positive encouragement and lots of love, and hopefully their portrayal of the character is just as good, if not better, because this person was cast originally, I believe, right? This person was meant to be the definitive version of Rhaenyra. And it's just kind of like these first 5 episodes of people have built a connection to the younger one. So we'll see what happens. But lots of developments happen, right? So Otto gets sent away and Alicent is completely alone until the crippled dude he's a strong as well. He's a member of the strong family. He's just not physically strong. Like he's kind of like this time period's Littlefinger a little bit, where he is going to be spreading rumors, spreading discontent, and that's what he does with Alicent here, where he lets her know Rhaenyra had some medieval plan B delivered to her last night, which tells Alicent that Rhaenyra lied to her, right? Even if it wasn't needed, say Rhaenyra wasn't pregnant, and she was telling, say Rhaenyra was telling the truth, right? Like she never had sex with anybody that night and she didn't do anything, and the king just didn't believe her and he sent the tea. Even if all that is true, granted we know Rhaenyra did lie because she did have sex with someone. I mean, because she kind of lied. She didn't have sex with Daemon. She just had sex with someone else, but I don't think Alicent knows that in this instance. She just assumes, well, she definitely doesn't know it because she questions Kristen later, but she just believes Rhaenyra lied to her, and it's fostering this this anger and resentment towards Rhaenyra, right? It's so interesting how at the beginning of the season Rhaenyra is confiding in Alicent about all the things she dislikes about her current situation. Meanwhile, Alicent is kind of going behind her back and meeting with her father, you know, not necessarily doing it in a malicious way, but like she's actively hiding things from her. And so when it comes out that they're getting married or whatever, the king and Alicent, there's a resentment from Rhaenyra. And then just when things start to cool off between them and they start to become friends, and Alicent is confiding in the fact that she feels alone in this world and she's just doing her duty, then not necessarily maliciously, but just for her own life purposes, Rhaenyra is almost kind of not going behind her back, but she's got her own things going on that are like directly contrary to Alicent, will make her mad. And so it's just kind of like a flip-flopping of positions, and now she's the one that has this kind of like resentment for Rhaenyra, and right, like she feels trapped, just made to pump out children, and children that in her mind aren't even going to be the heir to the throne, right? Like Rhaenyra is still the heir to the throne, even though she's actively going about things that should throw that away. And so she's very resentful of Rhaenyra's situation and almost feels like she's throwing it in her face because she lied to her about it. And it's just like that whole side of it is brewing. That's going to be like the big thing going forward. And I wonder what she has planned for Criston Cole at the end when he's about to kill himself. Is she gonna have him be like her sworn protector now? Like what's gonna be going down with that? I'm very, very curious. Is he gonna be like training, like is he gonna be the mentor to her children now? I'm very interested to see what happens, because he's upsetty spaghetti as well. You know, Criston Cole straight up asks Rhaenyra to run away with him, right? He's like, you don't want to be in this position. I don't want you to be in this position. We could run away and be together, right? Like you had me throw away the vow that I made. Like the only thing that has ever given my name meaning, you had me throw it away. Let's make that mean something. And she is like, no, like just because I whine about my position and bemoan it and I'm upset about it doesn't mean I'm willing to throw it all away. And he's like, so you just want me to be your side piece, your whore. And he's not cool with that. He's very upset. Which I get, right? Like the only thing that has ever given his name, his family name, true meaning. Like he has risen above every station of his forebears. To be a member of the King's Guard. He's taken that oath. And he threw it away for love, essentially. He thought maybe this could be a thing. And she essentially told him, it's not that serious, man. You're just a side piece. And it's like, oh, like she still loves him, kind of, but she's like, we will never truly be together. Like you'll have to stand at the side and watch as some other man gets to publicly love me. And it's crazy. And then the wedding comes and freaking Daemon saunters in and he's like sitting there and he's flirting with the Valyrian girl that was supposed to marry the king in the first place. And something tells me they're going to make babies going forward. Who knows about that? And then Alicent comes in with her green dress, and it's like very much her saying like, this is where my allegiances lie. Like I am a high tower through and through. When the king dies, you know, I am not on the Targaryen side. I'm like, she's actively being like, I'm choosing my son over Rhaenyra, which means she's now probably firmly on the side of like, I want my child to be heir. And so we'll see what goes on with that. And just this whole time, there's tension building and building and building, and you're wondering who's going to fight. And Daemon and Rhaenyra are having a conversation where he's like, is this really what you want? Like, essentially trying to like win the bride over on her wedding day. Classic romance trope. And she's like, really? You're going to do this now? All right, then take me now. Like she she wants him as well, but she's like being feisty and combative about it, where she's like, if you're gonna like man up, like grow a bigger set of balls and actually like take me, you're gonna say that you want me, take me, like fight for me in front of all these people. Don't just say something and then leave me hanging again. Because it didn't make her feel good last time when that happened. So she's like, if you really want me, then kill all the Kingsguard, take me back to Dragonstone and make me your wife. Like, quit being a bitch about it and just make it happen if you're gonna say stuff like that. And you think that's when the fight's gonna break out. Maybe Kristen Cole's gonna fight him, but no. Kristen Cole fights the side piece of Laenor, because he's essentially rubbing it. You know, I don't know if it was his intention in the moment to rub it in his face that he and Rhaenyra can never be married, but he kind of did. Like, he was very much trying to just set up an understanding between them of like, hey, we all know each other's secrets. Let's be chill about this. We can all have a great future going forward. And it just pisses Kristen off. And he beats this man to death, caves his skull in. And presumably, who knows what is going to happen? Because he could very much be like, hey, like, he could lie. He could be like, this guy besmirched the princess's, reputation. Like, he could say that this dude said anything and he was defending the princess's honor, and everyone would be like, all right, yeah, cool, that's fine. Like, who cares about this guy? But no, he just walks away, and then he's gonna kill himself until Alicent finds him. And so who knows what's gonna happen with them going forward. Like, she's gonna give him some new purpose, probably to bring down Rhaenyra in some fashion. Like, she's gonna be like, I want you to work towards her end now, and not, because she spurned you. The classic phrase, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. It's gonna be maybe the same type of situation where Alicent and Kristen Cole are the woman scorned in that situation for very different reasons. Where Alicent felt the betrayal of a friend, and Kristen felt the betrayal of a love. So they might end up working to bring her down. And then, the episode ends with the shotgun wedding where they get married, and then the king collapses. I don't know. Well, watching the end of the episode, I was like, is he dead? But no, and then in the next episode preview, they show him very much still alive. But we got new actors. Everyone is grown up, all the young people. So Laenor, his sister, Rhaenyra, Alicent, I believe Kristen Cole is grown up as well. Like, they're kind of moving past all these younger actors, because it's like 10 years later or something. There was a line of dialogue where they were like, 10 years since something, a decade since something. So it'll be a healthy time jump and no more young actors. So, I mean, if you're going to send these actors off, heck of an episode to end on. That's wild. So I'm very curious what's going to happen. I'm very interested to see how the new actors fare. Hopefully positive reception. But yeah. Oh, one thing I also didn't talk about is Daemon technically didn't kill his wife. Well, I mean, he did, but he wasn't necessarily going to kill her. I'm pretty confident he was there to kill her, or at least, at minimum, he was there just to talk to her about, like, hey, we're going to end this relationship. Like, we're going to have an understanding where I'm going to have a new wife as well. And they definitely played with our emotions there. Like, they kept showing overhead shots of her as if like a dragon was flying over her or like following her. And she was paranoid at that point too. She grabbed her bow and she was going to try and kill Daemon first because she believed she was going to get killed. But then the horse got spooked and flipped back and crushed her. And even in that situation, Daemon was going to walk away. They talked about, like, he was totally willing to walk away until she threw that one last insult at him, and then he crushes her skull. So, like, he's probably going to remarry as well, and I think he's going to remarry to the Lyanna, or whatever her name is, Laenor's sister, the one that his brother was supposed to marry when she was like 12. What is she now, like 16, 17? I don't know. Sometimes the time jumps are a little hard to figure out, because she was 12 when she was supposed to marry the king, and it's been at least 3 years, possibly 4 years since then. So she's at minimum 16 in this episode. And if the next episode after this is 10 years forward, that means she's like 26 at least, and Rhaenyra is gonna be 29, 30 in the next episode. So she's getting older as well. So I'm very curious to see how drastically the world changes from this point going forward. But I think those are all my thoughts. Another banger of an episode. Liked it a lot. Very eventful. I said this in the Rings of Power reaction, my latest Rings of Power reaction, but both of these shows are incredible. But they just give such different vibes. Like the way they make you feel is like so different. Where Rings of Power makes me feel like inspired. Like I feel a sense of hope when I watch that show, and I feel as though like we are fighting a good versus evil fight against something grand. Like it's a grand good versus evil story. This one, just as good, but does not make you feel hopeful at all. Like you're very much watching like a civil war, like relationships burning show, like a train crash in slow motion. You're just watching everything go wrong for these people. And it's just like the tones of the show are so vastly different. It's honestly wild. But they're both incredible. I love both of these shows with all of my heart. They're fantastic. Yeah, oh man. I think that's all I have to say. Let me know what you thought of this episode down in the comments below. Were you expecting Sir Criston Cole to go almost full? I thought he was going to go mountain style and crush this dude's skull with his hands, but he didn't. Were you expecting that? Let me know all your thoughts. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me and helps my channel out a ton. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload, especially if you want to see me react to more of the Rings of Power. Not the Rings of Power, we're watching House of the Dragon. If you want to see me watch more of House of the Dragon, then hit subscribe. I mean, Rings of Power too. But then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That is linked in the description below. But otherwise, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next week.